As the first humans to ever venture out this far into the frontier.
Too fast! Extensive point-side damage.
Get out!
I thought we were both goners.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. I'm Operation DX, and welcome to episode number 17 of my Planet Explorers version 0.72 Let's Play.
Yes, I'm part of the Colony Communications, Equipment and Management Task Force. If you're wondering about the electronic interference, well, it's powerful, that's for sure. It's coming from a source far to the west of here, and that's all I know for now. Whatever it is, it's powerful enough to interfere with all of our communication signals on all frequencies. There are circumstances where interference can naturally occur, but that's mostly cosmological in nature, like near a gas giant or a neutron star. But on a rocky core planet, that's very unlikely. I think it's some sort of intelligent design, but who knows? The universe is full of surprises. The signal is so weak here. They were trying to communicate with us. At least that's what it looked like. They seemed to have some form of verbal linguistics, but we couldn't understand them and we were too scared to reply. After that, they had a round table. That's where they decided that they wanted to cook us after all. Luckily, you and Tariq showed up just in time. Can I help you? Another rescue party, I would assume. I was expecting an adventure, but boy are we in over our heads so far. Can I help you?
I like Raul. Anyway, in the previous episode, we sent off with Tariq to go rescue some members of this Martian camp. And we successfully did that, and when we came back, we discovered that even more members of this camp were captured by creatures, and me and Nan are setting off an adventure to go rescue them. Nan gave us the script for the blaster, so we are definitely going to focus on grabbing that during the beginning of this episode. It also looks like Raul has some of the stuff that I was talking about in the previous episode too, about the pigmentation and stuff that we need for making those lights. She also has the glider and glider script to craft it, and that's actually really handy to have. It will definitely increase our mobility once we get another piece of gear we can equip in conjunction with this, but we won't get that for a little bit. So our mobility isn't exactly increased yet, and because we have to keep certain NPCs with us as we do certain missions, we don't want to use that because it's one of those things that'll make it really easy to lose the NPC with us, so we don't want to do that, but we're going to go ahead and throw it in our hotbar anyways. Even though we did pick up the gold sword in the previous episode, we're probably not going to be using melee weapons very often at all anymore. Probably just in an emergency situation. So I'm kind of debating here whether to even hold on to the gold sword. I definitely should sell back the other sword. I thought I sold the steel sword in the previous episode, but apparently I did not. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit of meat from that. And we're definitely going to focus on getting the blaster during the beginning of this episode. So we need to get the materials required to build that. I know I'm really low on resin, so we're going to need plastic. So we're going to head out and find a tree that gives us some resin. And then I'm just going to do whatever I can using the NPCs or whatever I need to get to actually build that blaster. Because once we get that thing, we're pretty much set with the most powerful weapon that we're going to get at this stage of the alpha. So it is really a good weapon. And I don't think that there are any grips or anything like that you can make a special kind of energy weapon in the editor. So I kind of look at the energy weapon that you get here, the blaster, as one of the best things you can get. Of course, the ammo requires energy, which you need batteries for, and that's kind of why I was talking about the reason why we want to get as many batteries as we can. And that essentially gives us almost limitless ammo. We just need to come back to the camps every once in a while and use that solar array to recharge our batteries. And later on, we can use the power plant in the colony to recharge those batteries. But now I have to craft a few high-tech items in order to get the blaster, which definitely makes sense because it is a rather high-tier item. Do we have enough glass? I don't know. I'm going to craft a few more of these. We can always use glass, especially for stuff later on. And we just learned the wooden bed script, something we picked up from Raul. Every once in a while, I'll like skim through my inventory and say, oh yeah, I forgot to learn that. Alright, so what else do I need? Let me just double check the blaster script. Alright, so I need steel, rubber, glass, and a 500 megahertz chipset. We should have plenty of iron and wood. Yeah, we're good to go. And actually, that wasn't that difficult. Nice. And now we have our blaster. Awesome. Of course, we're going to equip that, and we're no longer going to need our rifle. We can save our bullets for sentry turrets from now on. So let's set off with Nan and go find some of the members that were captured from the Martian camp. I believe they got Sarah. Not Sarah, she's important. We need her. If you don't recall from the previous episode, Sarah is the one we're doing the quest for to find out if plants are compatible with Maria's environment. So, yeah, we're going to need her. We're running into a situation that I was talking about earlier where there's these archways that cross the river here, and the edges are really steep. We're actually going to attempt to just swim across this time instead of heading all the way over to an archway. Now, it would be a great ideal time to gotta test out my blaster. Heck yeah. See how awesome that thing is? It's ridiculous. And you can see the little energy indicator above my hotbar there telling me how much energy I have left to fire my gun. I believe each shot from the gun takes about 10 energy, so 2,500 equals a lot of shots. And we have about 2 or 3 batteries on our guy, so we're good to go. But what I was going to say before I shot my blaster at that creature was that that would be an ideal location to try out our glider and glide across. Unfortunately, Nan would get caught and stuck, and yeah, we just we don't want to lose all that time, so we will try out the glider at a more opportune time when we don't have an NPC sticking to us. Now, it's not such a problem when you have like the companion characters in your group because they always find a way to follow you. They'll teleport next to you if you get too far away from them. I wish all the NPCs did that. That way you couldn't break them on their way to your quests and stuff. But I don't like that. It's kind of awkward too. I wish it was a little more smoothed out because I don't like seeing characters just appear in midair right next to you when you're like flying around the glider. It's definitely something we'll be seeing later on. It's kind of like a little bit of an irritating thing. One of the things I think would be a really cool addition to this game if the developers ever work out the Voxel water system is to have some sort of like underwater alien technology or something that you can discover, and then maybe something you could build like an airlock, and then you could actually build an underwater kind of location or whatever. Because I mean, you already have like the systems in place. You got like where you can swim and all that stuff. So it'd be really cool to see that sort of thing going on in this game. I just remember there's some really cool moments in video games, like in Tomb Raider, where, you know, you're underwater and you're swimming down to find some, like, ancient ruins and stuff. I really dig that kind of stuff. I love, like, the whole mystery and whatever, like, big and really cool ancient structures or whatever. And the game kind of has a little bit of that going on, too, like we saw earlier when we, like, uncovered that little altar when we went and fought the Red Coronas, and that kind of stuff is sick. I love that. I love that whole like mystery, and like you start to think about like how this was like came to be, and you speculate what the civilization was like, and I love it. I love it. Well, we're almost right on top of our objective location here, and have to take maybe a little bit of a roundabout way to get down here. Well, it's kind of a risk to jump down here because I don't know if Nan will follow me. Let's see. Nope. So he better go around. I have to go back up there and like drag him behind me. This is the reason why I can't use my hand glider right now. I'd like to do it, but Just can't do it. We'll lose Nan. Where you at, buddy? I can see you're moving across the map. Okay, there he is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Alright, so I believe we're looking for a cave of some kind, as I think these creatures are the one creature that completely creeped me out in this game. The crab spider guys.
They went in there. Holy Venus. What do we do? Okay, boss. Right behind you.
Alright, we're going in. It's gonna get dark, and we're gonna see some floating eyes. Oh god, I hate this. Here we go. Oop, there's one right there. Alright, we got him. His eyes are still glowing.
Is that a person over there?
Ah, yes, that's right.
Why are you here? It's dangerous. What the hell?
Okay, so Hitomi has all the gold tools and the gold armor. Unfortunately, we can't really afford the gold armor right now, so we're going to kind of lay back on that. But I am going to buy all the scripts for the tools, and I'm going to buy a gold pickaxe. And that will set me for a little while here. Ah, just love the blaster.
Good to
Of course,
see ya.
these scary freaking things would be creeping up on me as I'm buying stuff from the shops. Good thing I caught that. Just don't like it when they get all close. Stay away from me, floating eyes. Just double checking Nan's shop, and let's go ahead and continue on here. Well, let's double check Hitomi's shop again. I always do that because I feel like I'm missing stuff all the time. And I'll probably forget that Hitomi's the one who has the gold set. Watch. Ooh, she also has a rope gun. I didn't see that. See, this is why I've got to double check these shops. Unfortunately, I think I'm kind of low on meat right now, so I can't get everything I want. Yeah. All right, let's have a little chat with Hitomi. Hi, I'm Hitomi Amasawa, part of Earth Geological Team. Surely you've heard of me. I've seen you on the ship over the last month. All Martians are not to be trusted. You should know that. Last time we trusted them, they rained rocks on our cities. My parents are gone because of them. I don't know what the hell our government was thinking when they agreed on a joint mission. 8 of us landed about 2 clicks west of here. We're now trying to meet up with the other survivors to the south and west of our landing area. If everything goes smoothly, the plan is to regroup at the northern shore and head for the Newton continent. As far as we know, the Epiphany didn't break apart, so there has to be many survivors on board. The ship can take a punch from 10 port torpedoes and still come out okay. I'm actually trying to figure out if the meteorological makeup of this planet is causing communication interference, but I found something even more interesting. There are giant mazes down here full of nocturnal animals. I bet Agnes will be really excited to know this. From the results of my findings here, I'm inclined to agree with that Martian girl. Sentient aliens? On this planet? Haha, you must be joking, right? You're serious? And you found them already? I need to go tell the others right away. I just got here before you did, so I don't know, but I'm not going to stick my neck out for a bunch of Reds. I don't think you should either. Why don't you come back with me to our camp? Everyone there would be thrilled to see another Earth survivor. Well, fine. Be careful then. I think those creatures are afraid of the light. I've marked our location on the map. When you're done here, come on by. You know, I had an ant killed when Earth nuked Emerald Station during the war, but you don't see me blaming anyone and everyone. Sometimes I think it'll be a long time before the human race can reconcile. Again, I've got to remember that Hitomi has the gold set. I wish I had enough meat to buy the whole thing, because I would have done it. In any case, Hitomi is jaded, and I still kind of don't understand the difference between the Martians and the humans. They're all humans, right? I don't know. I guess maybe we'll figure that stuff out later. I also wish I could have bought that gold set now, because we are going to have a bit of a fight on our hands with whatever is in this cave. We can see some kind of blue thing back here, but it's so dark, kind of can't make everything out. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing. It's a good thing that I bought that headlamp from the dock a while back. Well, if we didn't get a good look at the crab spiders before, we're getting a good look at them now, because there are a bunch of them. This cave is probably filled with these things. And sorry, there's some story stuff going on here. I think the people in the background are talking, we just can't hear them. However, the situation here is sort of self-explanatory. We have some, like, huge alien, maybe mother crab spider that lays the eggs that makes more crab spiders. I don't know. Nonetheless, this is a boss fight, and it's a good thing we spent the time to make our blaster, because this thing is... Now, it looks like it's doing a lot of damage. Now, I don't know what happens if you get hit by those spider webs, but I know if you get close to her, she does a crap ton of damage. Wow, that thing is just a freaky, freaky thing. But it had a crap ton of stuff on it. That is very, very helpful. All right, so Sarah's here, and then we got another person from the Martian camp, and Nan. We probably should get out of here, guys, yeah? Now, deeper in this cave, there are these little rocks that have... they're like glowy, but they don't make lights. I think they're used for... I don't know. I think there's a quest to go get them, so we're going to have to remember where the location of this cave is. I think it's actually marked on the map by this quest, so it's cool. Alright, to use one of my healing packs and get the freaking crap out of here. Let's swap out our battery, so you can kind of see how cool this is. Let's take a battery out. So we have a total of 3 battery packs right now that we can recharge. And it's probably a good idea that we keep collecting those and getting as many as we can. Again, I'm sorry about the darkness here. Not a ton I can do about it. It is during the day. It's just the lighting system in this game. So as soon as we get out of here, we'll be able to see what the crap is going on. Yay! We've made it. And why is the quest thing not going off? Oh no! Looks like Sarah's glitched out. Yeah, this part's kind of weird because the webs don't seem to dissipate off of these guys. This quest has glitched out every single time I've done it. Every single time, whether it's like getting caught in the back or whether they're stuck on the ground and can't move because you have these spiderweb things or whatever. This can be fixed by saving and loading at this location. That's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to wrap things up for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day and take care.